So, pair affair double murder trial has wrapped up for the day, and at least for now, prosecutors have wrapped their case against Brendan Banfield. He's accused of masterminding an elaborate plot to kill his wife Christine and another man in their home.
And before the prosecution rested, they called Christine's father to the stand. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder has the details.
The prosecution rested its case on the heels of the testimony from Christine Banfield's father. This is the first time we've heard from this man since his daughter was killed a few years ago. His name is Gary Benson, and his testimony was peculiar. Prosecutors asked him about any medical conditions that Christine might have had as a child and into adulthood. He talked about her having a blood condition that led to a lot of very intense bloody noses when she was a child, saying that she also bruised very easily and very severely. Prosecutors never really connected the dots on why that might be pertinent evidence, and then it kind of stopped there. I spoke with NBC News legal analyst Kristen Gibbons-Fedden, a former prosecutor, about what Gary Benson, Christine Banfield's father, did not say today.
He never once said he missed his daughter, that he was sad about her death, never talked about her being a mother. There was nothing emotional, nothing that spoke to Christine's character. Did that leave you scratching your head as much as it left me doing that?
Yeah, this was, I think, a missed opportunity for the prosecutors to take advantage of the opportunity to humanize Christine Banfield under both theories, prosecution as well as defense, was murdered either by Mr. Ryan or by Mr. Banfield. And this was the perfect opportunity for the jury to really understand and empathize about this loss.
Yeah, it really leaves you wondering what's not being said about maybe the personal lives here, the family relationships. We don't know anything about that, so we won't get into that. What we do know is that the Commonwealth has rested its case, and we did not hear from a single detective in the homicide unit. I don't know that I've ever covered a trial that's been the case. What does that say to you, if anything?
You know, I can't think of any homicide trial that I've ever tried where I didn't call the affiant or the lead homicide detective. I can't even think, to your point, Drew, of any case that I've ever watched where the lead affiant or lead homicide detective was left off the stand. What I believe is it really dovetails into the defense's overall narrative throughout this entire trial, that there was so much turmoil within the detectives bureau, and the turmoil is because the leaders in charge wanted to point the finger at Mr. Banfield. And what the failure of the prosecutor to call the lead homicide detective is just more evidence into the defendant's narrative, which is they didn't call a lead detective because potentially any potential lead detective would have pointed the finger elsewhere, creating that reasonable doubt. Because really, the defense only needs one juror.
So with the prosecution resting its case, now it is the defense's turn. Defense attorney John Carroll says he has 4, maybe 5 witnesses that should take us through the end of the week, possibly into early next week. Reporting from Fairfax County Court, Drew Wilder, News 4.